Hello, everybody. Thank you for being with us today. I'm back with my good friend Charles Crooks, who is a shaman and healer here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thank you, Charles, for letting me interview you again today.
Thank you very much.
We were talking about healing, and I want to go into that more because that's what you are, is a healer, pretty much. So I want to ask you, can a person tell when they are healed? What kind of feelings or emotions? Or,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you have people come in and you heal them,
Yeah.
give us some testimonials.
Okay. One of the neat thing about my work is when I remove an emotional blockage, especially during the first 5 minutes, I get the strangest looks on people's face because they all of a sudden wonder, how'd you do that? And, I've had somebody come in with all this anger and resentment from assaults and all that. Next thing you know, it's gone, and they can't figure out how I did that in the short period of time I had. So another thing that's kind of interesting is a good portion of my clients, especially women, end up looking younger when they're done. And the reason is because the stresses are removed. The
Wow.
anger and the stresses are removed, and as a result, the muscles relax, the body readjusts, and things of that sort. So that would be a couple of examples. And the other thing is I get reports, and there's plenty on the website, of course, that people no longer respond to stuff. I bring something up, and they say it's like reading a newspaper article. It's no longer an emotional response. They no longer start tearing up and start crying when I bring that thing up. It's completely clear.
So they don't react, is what you're saying.
Yeah, bingo, yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Yeah. It's the strangest thing.
Well, I know that I've had situations where I had a pain somewhere, and you could literally lift that pain out.
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that?
I just crawl in, go get it.
You crawl in. I know. Listen to this, audience. He crawls in and gets it. So
Yeah.
when you don't sit there and like people are like thinking, "Am I under X-ray?" That's what I want to know. People need to worry about that?
No, I'm not like Superman.
I mean, like when you say you crawl in, it's
Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, what I'll do is I'll if I become aware of the item, I'll open up a window and take a look, and I'll crawl in the window and I go through there.
Okay.
And so I can put what is, and the best way I can explain it, maybe a surrogate you, is right in my work area. So I can go in that area, and what I do here affects you directly. The only time I actually do crawl inside the body is when I'm removing entities and demons, that type of thing.
Oh, and we'll talk about that in a different one about entities and
Okay,
demons because
yeah.
people won't understand that.
Yeah.
But what is your most profound healing that you have done?
Oh, good Lord.
To me, I think any healing, the person who's being healed will think it's profound. But what, from your perspective, do you have one that, without giving names?
That's a question that is very difficult to answer, and I don't know if I'd even use the term profound healing because all we're doing is a process. And it is good to see someone, and I'll use this term, be released of their difficulties, and that's really kind of the key on that. I think where the term profound may come in play here is if I have a individual I've been working with for a while and they start taking the spiritual path and they start getting serious about it and they have the ability to access the higher levels. That's where that term may come in because it's not common that you see that.
Okay.
But as far as I've had some really neat stuff happen, but I cannot use the term profound healing over one to another. But I've had some really great stuff, really great things happen that I've remembered where people have been, quote, had their issues resolved or things resolved, yeah.
And I think I want to go into that little aspect about the certain things that you find. Well, not everybody can be healed. Is that correct?
Actually, no, that's not correct. The way to put it is not everybody desires to at this time. For example, let's say somebody needs a certain condition for a period of time. And you can actually look at their astrological chart and you can actually see that whole thing right out there. And let's say they need this for 30 years. Okay, well, they got 5 years left. And I've actually had people come up and ask me if I could fix something. I said, call me in a year, because I knew they needed that one particular item. And now to continue learning some other stuff. So it's not that they can't be healed, but it's in their direction or in their choice to carry that for a period of time so they can understand it. When they no longer need it, then I can pull it out.
So you can heal all.
Hold on a minute. I will not make that statement. It has to do with permissions.
Yes.
And
I
so,
want to go into that next in the next
okay, yeah,
segment.
so I would not be able to make that statement. However, when permissions are granted, then we can get a lot of work done.
Okay. Well, again, thank you, Charles, for talking to us today. If we want to reach Charles, I know he's at what website?
Healerofheartsandminds.com. That's the first one, and shamanic-enterprises.com.
Again, Charles is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I encourage you to look him up. Thank you again, Charles. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.